Hi, this is Rabbi Mark Angel at the Institute for Jewish Ideas and Ideals, jewishideas.org. We're very happy to welcome you to this YouTube program. The Institute stands for an intellectually vibrant, compassionate, and inclusive Orthodox Judaism, and we welcome your involvement. The question that was raised today is an interesting one, obviously very current, namely, what is the status of gay marriage within the Orthodox world? How do we as Orthodox Jews deal with this phenomenon and the question that is obviously quite a burning issue within the United States and beyond? Well, there are actually three things I'd like to say about this. Number one, the Torah offers a clear and stark prohibition of homosexuality for males, and therefore it's fairly clear that within the halachic framework, there is no way in the world to condone or justify homosexual marriage. So that's the easy part. Then we come to the second part. And the second part is, even though the Torah does indeed forbid homosexuality, and homosexual marriages certainly cannot be accepted within the Orthodox world, nonetheless, we should look at this a bit more carefully. For example, the Torah, our Jewish halacha, does not permit marriages between Jews and non-Jews. It's not recognized that a marriage even took place. If a Jewish person marries a non-Jewish person, they can have a civil ceremony, they could have a party, they could call themselves Mr. and Mrs., but as far as the halacha is concerned, nothing has happened. It's a violation of the Torah. They're not following the rules, but the marriage simply has no status at all. If they were to break this marriage off, they would not require a get. They would not require a religious divorce. I would say that similarly, if the civil society decides that they want to allow homosexuals to marry, that's a civil decision, a secular decision, not a religious decision. Because as far as halakha is concerned, nothing at all has happened. We don't recognize such a marriage. We don't condone such a marriage. It's simply outside the purview of halakha. It would be pretty much the same thing as if a Jewish person married a non-Jewish person, even though that couple might have civil status as married. As far as halakha is concerned, there's no status whatsoever. They're just two individuals. The third thing I'd like to comment is this. Homosexuality is a complicated issue. It was understood one way in ancient times. It's understood in a different way now. Um, as we learn more and more through the psychological, medical issues, we come to the conclusion that it's kind of hardwired in certain people, this tendency, and it's not really a matter of pure free choice. It's really the way they are created. And it's complicated from a halachic, theological, moral point of view to know exactly how to deal with this problem within halakha, within humanity. However, without going into all those details, we can say the following thing. Homosexual human beings are human beings. They're entitled to all of the same respect and courtesy that every other human being is. If such individuals come to join our synagogues, they should be accepted as members. They should be participating in the synagogue, the same as any other member of the congregation. We don't ask what people's sexual orientation is when they join the synagogue. We don't ask their level of observance. We simply want to know that they sincerely want to be part of our community. As long as they join the synagogue as individuals, that's fine. They should be accepted warmly and kindly, and that's the proper way to treat all Jewish people and all human beings in general. If, however, they want to join the synagogue and make an issue of their homosexuality and make it a public issue, then this would be a very problematic from the Orthodox point of view. We cannot condone an openly gay couple as though they are a married couple in an Orthodox synagogue any more than we could condone an intermarried couple, or any more than we would condone someone who said we are in favor of violating the Sabbath in public. If people do something on the private, that's their business. But if they make a public issue of it and say, I'm joining the congregation on this condition that you accept this from me, that's something that's not fair to demand of the congregation. So, long and short of it, there is no status of marriage at all, as far as halakha is concerned, if there's such a thing as a homosexual union. It can never be considered a marriage under any circumstances. Number two, it would be, I think, analogous to a situation of a secular issue of an intermarriage, where a couple gets married in a manner that's not in conformity with halakha, but nevertheless, on the civil society level, it is accepted. That's something that Jews, Orthodox Jews as well, would have to balance whether this is good for the overall moral fiber of the country, or is better to let it happen, to be against it. This is really a personal decision, but it's a secular decision, not a decision rooted in halakha, I think. And finally, we have to remember that all human beings, whatever their sexual orientation, whatever their level of observance and not observance of the religion is, have to be treated with respect, with kindness, and with inclusivity. I hope you've enjoyed this program. We welcome any other questions you have. You can send your questions to mdangel@jewishideas.org. That's to Rabbi Mark Angel. That's me. And I hope that you will do that, and we'll have other conversations in the future. Thank you so much. Chazak, chazak, and all the best to everybody.